welcome to our channel Foundation in Computer. Today we are going to see in the review. So my name is Mohammad Irshad Abdul Basit and this is my student ID. So let's start this. These are the contents of our video. So internal components of a central processing unit, functions of a CPU, how computer hardware components work together, different types of storage media, how data is represented in computer systems, how inscription can be used to represent data, how images or sounds are represented in computer systems, how a compression can aid the storage of data, images or sounds, a description of the purpose of logic gates, a description of the different types of storage computer network, a description of the hardware and transmission media used in computer networks, an identification of a range of World Wide Web technologies, a description of the purpose of different types of computer network topology. Internal components of a central processing unit. Control unit. The CU is the brain of the CPU, controlling data and instruction flow to ensure optimal task performance. Arithmetic logic unit. The calculator of the CPU. The ALU impacts data using logical and mathematical processes. Clock. The clock organizes the timing of every action and the heartbeat of the CPU. Functions of a CPU. The central processing unit is frequently referred to as a computer's brain since it processes all of the instruction it gets from the computer's hardware and software. Control. The power of command regulate or guide a system process or device's behavior is referred to as control. Decoding. The practice of decoding involves converting encoded information or instruction into a computational format. Fetching. Instructions are taken from the computer's memory by the CPU to start its work cycle. How computer hardware components work together. The graphic represents as a visual picture of how various computer hardware components interact with another to conduct computing operations. Input devices. Hardware elements called input devices let people give commands, data or instruction to a computer or other system. Central processing unit. In order to complete tasks and operations, the CPU receives instructions, decodes them, executes the required commands. Memory. RAM gives data and instruction a temporary storage space so the CPU can access and process information more quickly. Different types of storage media. The diagram depicts many types of storage media used in computing. Each form of storage media has different qualities, advantages, and typically used cases. USB flash drive. To summarize, using a USB flash drive to store and transfer data between computers is easy and portable. SD card. An SD card is lightweight, portable storage option that lets user transfer and increase storage capacity on their devices with case. CD or DVD. Music, movies, software and other digital content that can be played back on suitable devices are stored and distributed on CDs and DVDs, which are physical media. How data is represented in computer system. Binary digits, which are added together to make bytes, are used in computer system to represent data. Numerous data kinds including as whole numbers, characters, strings and colors are represented by these bytes. Bits and bytes. In computer, bytes are collections of bits that together comprise a single unit of information. Bits are building elements of data. Binary numbers, strictly limited to 0 second and 1 second binary numbers, serves as a foundational language of computers. representing and handling every kind of digital information. How encryption can be added represent data. One way to change data into a format that is unclear for anyone without the description key is used to encryption. In order to encode the data, this method uses keys and algorithms. Plain text and ciphered text. Plain text, the readable original data that has to be encrypted. Ciphered text, the data is encrypted and cannot be decrypted without the description key. Encryption algorithm, a method of converting plain text into ciphered text through mathematics. The AES, Advanced Encryption Standard, RSA, Reversed Shamir-Adleman, and DES, Data Encryption Standard. Arithmetic encryption, using the same key for both encryption and decryption, is known as arithmetic encryption. How images or sounds are represented in computer systems. Image. Computers use images as a metric and pixels, each of which has information on the color and intensity of the image, the color model, RGB, grayscale, etc., and the format in which the image is saved can affect the representation. Vector bitmap. Pixels, the smallest. Sounds. Digital audio signals, which are sound waves converted into a digital format that computers can analyze and store, are the representation of sounds in computer systems. Analog to digital conversion, ADC, the method of frequency monitoring and analog sound waves amplitude. The sampling rate is the frequency at which these samples are collected. Digital audio representation, the most used technique for storing digital audio, in which the sound waves amplitude the frequently sampled and each sample is quantized to the closest value. By making files smaller and easier to handle, compression is a technique that can help with storage and transmission of data. Image or audio. Compression comes in two primary flavors, lossless and lossy. Every one offers benefits and applications of its own. A description of the purpose of logic gates. Digital electronics are fundamentally constructed from logic gates. They carry out fundamental logical operations that are necessary for electronic and digital computers. Every gate has its own symbol and performs a distinct logic in action. OR gate. Basic digital logic gates like the OR gate carry out the following straightforward operation in: if any one of the inputs is true, 1, the output is true, 1. NOT gate. One simple digital logic gate that does the following is called a NOT gate. The inputs inverse is the output. NAND gate. Basic digital logic gates like NAND gates carry out the following straightforward function: when every input is false, the output is mutually true 1. A description of the different types of computer network based on their size, scope, and instruction use. Computer networks can be categorized as: this is a description of the various kinds of computer networks. Local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network, wireless network. Hardware and transmission medium are essential parts of computers networks that allows data transfer and devices to device communication. Hardware, network interfaces, cards, switches, routers. Transmission media, twisted pair cables, coaxial cables, fiber optic cables. HTTPS, HTTP, TCP, IP, FTP. A description of the purpose of different types of computer network topology. The arrangement of various components, links, nodes, etc. in a computer network is described by its topology. Every topology has unique benefits and drawbacks and is used for different reasons. Bus topology. Purpose: small networks that affordability and ease of deployment. Employee bus topology. In local area networks, that means LANs, where every device shares a single communication line or bus, it is frequently used. Description: every device in a bus topology is linked to a signal central cable called the bus. Any device connected to the network can receive data provided by a device by traveling along the bus. Star topology. Purpose in current networks. Star topology is commonly utilized especially in locations that homes and offices where dependability and efficiency are important. Description: every device in a star topology is linked to a single hub or switch. Every gadget has a separate connection to the hub. So these are the reference, and thank you for watching, guys. So now I am going to add the video and now put the YouTube link so you can watch here. So thank you, guys.